Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 92, released January 1965. Our price, 30 cents, which is indeed cheap. Pardon me. You'll notice I didn't flip this issue, and that's because it is in a pretty bad condition. This is a well-loved copy of Mad Magazine. I don't know. It was honestly, I think it just was sitting in the sun for a while. There's like discoloration, and it got like real brittle and is falling asleep. Because like really, the inside pages, they aren't creased or anything. It's just, I don't know. That's my guess. It's my best guess. Anyway, before I do all of that, hey, let me remind you, please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tons of comments comments have increased. So thank you for doing that. It feels like you listened to this request, and I really appreciate that. We're also up to 429 subscribers, well on the way. Thank you so much for those people who newly subscribed. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. It's down below. And I want to thank the people who have been supporting me. David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Ed Meisinger, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridget. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can get a pretty sick set of stickers with the Potter ZB theme, Potter ZB system of weights and measures, and Max Korn was here. Enough of the shilling, though. Let's get... Oh, God. Anyway, enough of the shilling. Let's get down to brass tacks, as it were. Where does that come from? I bet it's something like a cobbler, like getting down to brass tacks. And like you would tack the shoes together. That's my guess. Who knows? If you know what that saying comes from, let me know. Of course, it's the Christmas season, so how could I resist this beautiful cover by Norman Mingo with look at that, Alfred E. Newman just getting all the love from the ladies. Why? Because he outsmarted everybody, and he brought his own mistletoe. I also really like this part of the painting, all of the light bulbs going around, and it's like, you see all the normal light bulbs, and there's one broken, and then there's like a floodlight, and then an incandescent, and another broken one, like, I don't know, some weird goofball one right there. Just the perfect amount of kind of strangeness, I would say, to that. It's not overdone. It's not, it doesn't feel like cynical or overthought. It's a beautiful cover, and I love it. So now I got to take this cover and just try to gently drop it right there. Yeah, what did cause this to get so brittle? I mean, it is discolored, but the sunlight should fade it, right? Not make it darker. So I don't know what it was. Maybe it was in a smoker's. Hold on, let me smell it. It does smell real musty, but it doesn't smell like cigarettes. Here we have, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to move this front cover off to the side. I got to replace this one. I got to replace this issue. I'm going to may as well do the back cover too. Here we have the back cover. I think it's been folded, but to be honest, I'm afraid to fold this again in that, like, because it's so brittle that it'll fall apart totally. But this is, I mean, I'm so used to seeing Al Jaffe's fold-ins in color, so it is a little bit strange seeing it like this. And this is in 1965. I don't know when Al Jaffe started doing the fold-ins. I think it was like, I don't know, 1963. Why? I don't know why I think it's that, but maybe I'm right. But it's kind of neat seeing the black and white ones. I enjoy that, if I must admit. The back cover, I just put a this is one of those that I won't understand because I did not live through the 60s. Sort of like that, the Ajax Knight. Somebody had to explain that one to me. I was like, wait, it's a soap company. Why is there a knight fighting a dragon or something? Anyway, now I don't have to be as gentle with this issue. Here we have, this is going to be slightly more difficult as I look down the line. Mort Drucker, the carpet sweepers, or who cleaned up all the dirt. This is Paul Coker Jr., the Mad In and Out book. The Shakespeare Up to Date. Who could this be? This might be Bob Clark. Wait, who is this? Up to Date Safety. Why is everything up to date? Oh golly, this is too much. I'm really going to do a bad job. I feel like if I could see just a little bit more. I don't know who any of these guys are. I know this. I bet. Oh man, maybe this is Bob Clark. That's not Woodbridge, is it? And who could this even be right there? Oh, this is a tough one. All right, it is a tough one. We'll find out how I do. Oh, look at this. I gotta scroll down. Look at this. The Fugitive's Kind, David Jansen. Mad is escape proof. I even read it on the run. And look at, it's that Norman Mingo, issue 90. That one that I love so very much. I reference that cover a lot as far as like visual gags go. To me, that's like the perfect Mad cover. I think it might be. Mad is educational. Do you realize that some people think your magazine is educational? Well, it's true. Where am I? This opinion was voiced in the June 5th issue of Medical World News in an article entitled Teenagers Speak Their Mind on Smoking, and I quote, noting that unattractive anti-smoking propaganda is no match for slick advertisements, the young people called for improved pamphlets and films aimed at a teen audience. The kind of satire identified with Mad Magazine should have a place in educational programs. That's a bit of a stretch. Jonathan Fuchs. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but it looks like you could say it's the F word. All right, here we go. Wrap up all your Christmas problems. Give one or two, or all of these Mad paperbacks. Imagine how exciting that would be to get Mad paperbacks for Christmas. Like you see them all wrapped up, or maybe they're in the stocking. Imagine that. That'd be so fantastic. What is this? Okay, the Mad Safety Council's predictions. Is this? Oh. What is this? I think this is. Okay. I'm doing a lot of thinking in my brain, but not a lot of thinking out loud. And I think, was this the one, the Safety Council one? Up-to-date safety songs? Oh, okay. I thought maybe that was it. But this is Sergio Aragonés, one of his early outings in Mad Magazine. Here we go with our answer to the National Safety Council's predictions of how many people will be involved in what type of major catastrophes, mainly the Mad Safety Council's predictions for the upcoming Christmas weekend. How many people will be involved in what type minor catastrophes? Sometimes I'm so good at reading, I surprise even myself. Fathers who will have fits when they discover that they must assemble toys they thought came completely assembled. So 1,700,000. Wait. Is it? It's not. Oh, I see. This is like, okay, it's a graph. This is actually, I'm going to say poorly laid out. But what's neat is, inside the graph you have the little comic. People who go insane trying to find that one defective bulb that caused all the other lights on a tree to go out. That's why you don't wire lights in series. Or is it the other way around? You do it? Anyway. Oh, it goes out. I'm going to look for it. Oh, I'm just going to cry at my wife's shoulder. These are fun. I mean, like, here's the thing. If like, this is basically Stan Hart has written a mad look at Christmas. That's what Stan Hart wrote. He just didn't know he was writing it. Here we have the Carpet Sweepers. Hey, gang, remember movie producer Joseph Levinal? Mad number 66. You know, the guy who started out producing those terrible, cheaply made, sensational color films like Hercules, and then went legit and began producing art films like Two Women. Well, guess what? He got homesick for the good old days, so he made the Carpet Sweepers, or Who Cleaned Up All the Dirt. My guess is, and people who know more about this than I do, which is most of you, this is an original comic then, right? Because this is like a fake movie by a fake guy who is in an issue. That's what it seems like to me. If I'm wrong, let me know. Look at the Mad Zeppelin with crud. The Mad Zeppelin is so amazing. These Mort Drucker illustrations are just so great. I mean, I think I've said this before, and I've been verbally abused because of it. I never got into the movie spoofs. Like, whether or not it was I've seen the movie or not, it didn't matter. I was just never. That's not what attracted me to the magazine. I would flip through it. I would read the panels, like, you know what I'm saying, like visually, like kind of go through the story. But I never read it. I never ever read it. But it's like you can't deny just the beauty of this artwork. It is, some might say, undeniable. See, and there's like all this like recurring joke about crud. So it's like Crud Way, the Crud Theater, Crud Motors, Crud Studios, paint for painting crud. It's like I don't understand it, but do I need to understand it? Oh, I really love this panel. I really like that a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You don't even have to know how to read to enjoy Mad. The Mad In and Out book. Oh, this is like the precursor to. This is like, I mean, it's not really related, but the Godfrey Report. In that last issue that I went through, issue 500 something or other, they were talking about. I pointed out the Godfrey Report in out 5 minutes ago. I mean, this is it, right? Surfing is out. Asking the kids over to throw the javelin is in. Beards and goatees are out. Handlebar mustaches are in, but not for men. The twist, the hully-gully, the monkey, the surf, the ska, and the frug are all out. Doing the limbo under barbed wire is in. Singing along with Mitch is out. Singing along with the 11 o'clock news is in, but only if you hum along with the weather. What is this one? Swallowing goldfish and piling into phone booths is out. Newest in campus craze is swallowing phone booths. What is this one? Shaving with stainless steel blades is in. Shaving with cuckoo razor blades is out. I don't know. You guys will have to explain that one to me. Driving sports cars like Ferraris, Jaguars, Maseratis, and Dualegias are out. Oh, wait, it's just out. Wait. Edsels are so far out, they're in. Yeah. Um, there's something about Paul Coker's art that reminds me of Christmas time. Why is that? That's right, because he works for, what is it, Rigsum and Bass? No, it's called Ramser and Bass and Reeves. Riggs. I'll remember it by the end of the episode, I promise. The accident. This is a classic Flat Stanley. They stole this from Flat Stanley, right? Isn't Flat Stanley old as the hills? All right, here's this guy. Nearsighted Strongman's Club. Oh, God. He just rips them in half. That's awful. Here we have artist Jack Rickard. Pathetic. I'm really, really I did a bad job. Shakespeare on the Beatles. Writer is William Garvin. William Garvin. Garvin, is that a common name? I feel like it's not. So basically, this seems like something Frank Jacobs would have done, where it's just like taking quotes from Shakespeare and applying it to different things. Comb down his hair. Look, it stands upright like lime twigs. Henry the Sixth, Part 2. Oh, how this discord doth afflict my soul. 'Tis no matter how it be in tune, so it make noise enough. And so it's like okay, so there's Henry the Fifth or Henry the Sixth again, and then As You Like It, and then Love's Labor Lost. Oh, what a scene of foolery I have seen, of signs, of groans, of sorrow, and of teen. Here's the Edsel. The Edsel. Imagine this. Imagine having your father name a car after you, right? Isn't that it? Edsel Ford, that was named after one of the Henry Ford's sons, right? Maybe, okay, Henry didn't name it, but it was named after you. You get to put your name on a car, and it becomes synonymous with the ugliest car of all time. In that people in the year 2021, people who never lived through the time, still understand and know that the Edsel was a failure, and the Edsel was an ugly, ugly car. It's almost like the Dino, right? The Ferrari. Wasn't that a Ferrari Dino? Except it's the opposite with that. They didn't want to call it a Ferrari because they were worried it would be so ugly. And now they call it a Ferrari. Now they're like, oh no, it was a Ferrari all along. I hope I'm keeping my stories straight. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I can't, like, if you're a real Shakespeare head, like, I feel like my dad might enjoy this. If you know a college professor, they might enjoy this. If you got a friend that doesn't get out much, reads a lot of books, real bookish fella, they might enjoy this. I don't. This is artist Bob Clark, writer Stan Hart, Letters from Santa Claus. This was, I remember not that long ago, there was this, again, they've done this one a few times. Dick DiBartolo wrote, he either wrote Letters from Santa or Letters to Santa, but Dick DiBartolo really was, some of it was kind of wild. Mr. and Mrs. Grubnik. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Grubnik, I feel you shall know about this letter which your son... I feel you should know about this letter which your son sent to me. I'd suggest he stop spending time writing me and start spending time on sex education. In other words, folks, I'll do any job. I'll do my job, you do yours. Let's look at the enclosed letter. Dear Santa Claus, North Pole... Dear Santa, please bring me a baby brother for Christmas. Your friend, Keith Grubnik. Seymour Krivich. Please stop telling your schoolmates there's no such thing as Santa Claus. I resent this. If you continue, I will be forced to start telling people there is no such thing as Seymour Krivich. How would you like that? Oh, that was a telegram from Santa. Dear Mr. Plinster, I have a hard time reading cursive, and I apologize, you guys, but it's going to be a struggle for me. Let me see if I can do this. Recently, your son wrote to me that you told him Santa doesn't love him when he misbehaves. Look, Joe, let's talk man to man. What do I care how your kid acts? I've got enough troubles with these crazy reindeer running all over my house. The smell's enough to kill you. And when they're not running, they're flying around. Ever had your house buzzed by reindeer? On the inside, compared to them, pigeons are a pleasure. So between my toys and shoveling out my house, I'm a pretty busy guy. If you can't handle your kid, don't make him my problem. Cordially. S. Claus. Cordially. I like that. Well, here's a form letter. Dear Irving, I will do my best to bring you the toy that you saw advertised on TV. However, Santa does not take any responsibility for the claims made for the toy by the manufacturer. Please do not blame me if it does not fly. The tiny type on the TV screen that you couldn't read said it wasn't a flying toy. Also, please do not hate Santa if it comes unassembled, even though they did not mention this on the TV ad. And when you get it, be careful. It may be expensive, but it is very fragile. Not nearly as strong as those cheap Japanese toys you're used to. Those are cute. Here's a beautiful Prohias, Spy versus Spy. I'll give you a moment to read that. Oh, thank you. Here's the Children's Safety Songs. Artist Joe Orlando. I could not be expected to recognize Joe Orlando's art. I don't think that's reasonable to ask of me. So I admit that I am wrong with no shame at all. Thank you. I'm going to kind of go through this, admire the art, but kind of move on. When the bomb, okay. So we have like When the Bomb Comes Falling Down, sung to the tune of London Bridge is Falling Down. It's a Grand Old Bag. Road Ravaged Valley, I don't know Red River Valley. I've got to stop smoking. All right, I'm going to go read this one. I've got to stop smoking, my doctor has said, or else when I'm 7, I'm sure to be dead. Cigarettes can cause cancer, and that makes no sense. So I must stop stealing my dear daddy's Kents. It's interesting what cigarettes are popular. Now here in the 60s, when going with chicks, cigarettes can bring status to a boy who is 6. But I must live clean now. At 6, life is ripe. Cigarettes I will give up and switch to a pipe. I think that's reasonable. Cigars you should probably switch to because you don't inhale cigars. So technically, they're safer. All right? That's what I say. That's what I tell my kids. The sights and sounds of the United States of America. Oh, I really want to dig into this. This is like the longest one ever. I don't know why I'm only halfway through this issue, but Paul Coker, I love Paul Coker, but this type of thing, he's just not that good at, unfortunately. I mean, look at that big empty space. Like, why didn't any editor say, like, draw some bricks, bro? And I love Paul Coker. He's up there. He's among my favorites. To be honest, I think Bob Clark is my favorite. Artist Joe Orlando. This is the Joe Orlando artwork that I love to see. Because like Joe Orlando at EC Comics was like a 10. But a lot of the stuff he was doing at Mad Magazine, not so much. But this is like, this stuff looks like it's comic work, man. And boy, is it great. Look at this. Look at these faces. School dismissal. Sneaky. Last tag, no backs. No returns, finals. Yeah, it's just, gosh, he's great. He's really, really great. I love his style. But it's just a shame that you never see it. It's what makes him like kind of hard to identify as an artist in Mad Magazine, because it was just like really, you didn't know what you were going to get. I think he was doing a lot of different styles just because they were like, we need this to look cartoony. We need to, this is more comic art, it feels like, versus that other one with the singing kids or something. But yeah, it's something else. And here we have Bob Clark. I didn't call it though, did I? See, once I see the face, I can get it. If you see the lines, like especially these faces that are done like with a brush, like that to do the lines, you can really recognize it. But Mad get well cards for people with emotional ailments. Phil Hahn. Good news. Amnesia victim. I found out who you are at last. You're someone after all. 'Twas on the label of your suit. Your name is Robert Hall. For the pyromaniac. This verse proclaims my heart's desires to see you cured of starting fires. But if a firebug you must be, then burn this card while thinking of me. Here's a compulsive exhibitionist. A qualified get-well wish to a compulsive exhibitionist from her friendly neighborhood voyeur. Your sickness, neighbor, is my boon. It fits with mine like June and moon. Yet fair play bids me well you wish. May you escape your private hell. Bids me wish you well. May you escape your private hell. But please, until your problem's gone, feed mine and let the show go on. Oh my gosh. The kleptomaniac. All right, I'll read this one. I know your fetish makes life hard. I hope your cure's in view. But if it's not, enjoy this card. I stole it just for you. Another beautiful Prakias. Spy versus spy. Who's this? George. This is George Woodbridge. See, my guess is they were all fouled up. Oh, the lighter side of adult parties. This is, I do like this art style a little bit better, I must say. Holy smokes, that's a lot of pages. Phony magazine in this fabulous issue. Ooh, a ripped page. I can't read through this either. Here, know what I'm going to do? Since those are like a little bit too detailed, I can't get into those. I'll go over some of these. So this is Archie Bluth. What is that? What month is the number 7? July 11th, 1962. The day that Archie, the window washer, made his big mistake by showing up to wash windows when it wasn't raining. Mrs. Krevich. Is the Krevich thing an ongoing gag? Mrs. Krevich completes a grand slam when she marries off her last daughter and gains her 4th doctor son-in-law. Krevich. Oh, I just thought of an idea. On this day, Melvin graduated as the only economics major the neighborhood ever produced. So far, no neighbors asked him a question about economics. Here we have Dr. Knocker celebrates his 25th year as a doctor by finally consenting to make his first night call this date. And that's all Phony magazine and some more of those predictions. The MAD Safety Council predictions. Again, I think you basically have a MAD look at, but in miniature form. It's like a combination of a MAD look at and the marginals. Anyway, guys, hey, thanks for flipping along this issue number 92, was it? I forget because I don't have the cover. I really appreciate that. Please, if you would, hit like, hit subscribe, leave comments down below if you have an idea for a video. I'll take suggestions. If you have a request for an issue, let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.